Alright, this one is actually working. We're live. And the mic is on. Right, welcome everybody. Sorry for the delay. We had a bit of an interruption because the streaming material didn't really show up. Well, first time for everything really. Let's get this thing off the road, everybody. So right now I'm really going to first tell the people that it's going to happen, and then we'll start making a character and going live. Hurry! Alright, let's get this thing off the road. Let me know if I get a bit of an echo here, which shouldn't be any more problem. Let me get to the intro things first. Alright, we're in Mass Effect. I'm just gonna create a character. Let's get started. Star Citizen, Evo Corporation, first game.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Alright, we're going to start with a new ID.
Please
which is a
log
custom
in to
meal.
access your profile.
My own name. Lucky.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile.
Alright, let's also reconstruct the profile. Alright, so we have three different backgrounds. I normally, during the old days, I always picked Spacer, because it gives you this Paragon boost. You like the goody good shoes, very strict, loyal to the Alliance, or well, the UE in this case. But I never really did it for story purposes, because the backgrounds didn't do very little, but I liked the colors actually a bit because of the whole colonization thing, which is a thing I want to do in Star Citizen, so let's go with that one for today.
Confirm psychological profile.
So I'm gonna make myself the guy who has been through a lot. So first he loses his parents and everybody he loves and likes and knows on his homeworld of Windwar. And then when he finally gets into the military, everybody under his command dies. From a big monster attack. A big worm.
Confirm military specialization.
The type of gameplay you want to get is actually pretty trivial, because back in Mass Effect 1 the tech and biotic mechanics, the biotic are a sort of space magic which is based on the law of physics with a new material called Element Zero, which also allows travel fast and light, and the tech skills. But the problem with tech skills is if you don't go full tech, you don't get the abilities which come along with it, like decrypting stuff. So having half the tech stuff, so like with an infiltrator or a sentinel, it's just a waste of your time. So you have only the Vanguard, but the Vanguard can't charge yet in Mass Effect 1, so that's a waste too. I'm going to pick this one for Mass Effect 2 and 3 though. So you got the Engineer and the Soldier. The Engineer, well, 5 of the tech skills, but just a pistol and a light armor. There's no thing. You have all the weapons. You can get heavy armor. Why else would I go with the Soldier? There's no reason not to. Really. Oh, let me get my mouse out of the way. Sorry about folks.
Confirm facial identification.
Alright, I'm gonna stick with the standard face for once. Always looks a bit odd when I try to edit it out. In Mass Effect 2 and 3 I get a nice face, but then again, I'm not good at it. So you may have to think, why should I watch this and not any other of the Mass Effect live streams? The reason is very simple. I have been helping out with the analyzation of the story back in the early days with Smutboy, who is a very notorious YouTuber for helping out with people. He has been very skeptical of the story. He has been going very deep in things like plot holes and characters, and I've been helping him out with that back in the early days, also for Dragon Age and all the other stuff. So I can tell you a lot of things that are not very visible to the just a regular player just want to shoot things and have fun with the characters. Alright, well, let's get started. Hold on, I'm getting a message. Who can this possibly be? Alright.
Well, what about Shepard? He grew up in the colonies.
He knows how tough life can be out there. His parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
He saw his whole unit die on the cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Alright. I really like this intro because it's just a few lines between the few characters explaining the premise, your choices, and why it sets up the premise. He has to be the protector of humanity. The only question I have here is, well, if somebody has a whole lot of serious scars and been through a lot, why does it make that him the choice? There are a lot of people like that. And many of them would make very rash actions, maybe even go into heavy war crimes, because they've been so traumatized. For the space hero, like holding up thousands and thousands of people, it doesn't make sense, but for not really.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emission sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
I really like this intro because it really sets up Joker as a character, but also the secretive ways of the Spectres and how, well, the general public just views them. And you're the commander, his commander, who can say like, well, I agree, or you're regretting, or got the chatter. Well, I'm not feeling like he did a really good thing here, so shut up, Joker.
That's enough. You're soldiers. Act like it.
Sorry, Commander.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Niles is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the Captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
And after that little burn, we now get our first introduction into the mechanics, and actually really well done in terms of the game design. You only have the camera and your walking mechanic, and you can just talk to people by seeing it on the HUD and saying like press A. There's no shooting yet, there's no nothing yet, no grenades, no things going on, and that's a good thing. You're easing the player into it. You heard the chatter in the background, people commenting on the mission, just keeping it simple, no talk about all the other species in the galaxy. It's just this simple task. Who is this guy who's along with for the ride, this alien, and what's going on and where we're going. So
That's crazy. The captain's in charge.
let's come to Jenkins and Dr. Chaswas here.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
You watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Jenkins, your name is Leroy Jenkins and you don't think that your name is a bit of a problem?
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Your name is Jenkins, you're going to die. It's always the thing. Jenkins always die.
With the Spectre on board.
Right, so here we have the good old wheel mechanic. You can investigate and ask questions about the lore. And what I really like is that it allows you to be very specific. Just what's going on right here, nothing major. So let's say you'll be
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not going to screw this up.
What can you tell me about Niles?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Niles, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Niles took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
I like how they introduced the Turians, but there's a war between humanity and the Turians, and there's also that they're very powerful, so that's why he's along. Alright, good.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
And now as a news player, so to speak, I can ask why
Why
there are
don't
no
we
human
have any
ones?
of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds, just like you on a cruise.
Okay, I really liked it because it ties your past to, well, maybe you'll be good one. Nah, you're flattering. And don't bring up my
50
traumas.
Marines died there, Jenkins.
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you. I respect what you did there. We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past, Commander. Was there something else you needed?
So don't
Captain's waiting.
worry about either prime, it's a peaceful planet, we love it. So let's instead just go up and see the Hey, you're not the captain. Piss off here.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way.
Right.
I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I've never been there.
But you know of it. It's become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
So, what's your point, mate?
If you've got something to say, just say it.
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
Is someone gonna fill me in, Captain?
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big shit. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Well, let you
It never hurts to have a few extra hands on board.
The beacon is not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Why?
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a large role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Now here comes the good question. Why? If the hero, I can understand this. I mean, like, you stopped 10,000 enemies all by yourself. Not even a Medal of Honor person can do that. But just surviving something, it happens a lot actually. Especially when there are millions upon millions upon millions of humans into space and there's a lot of worms trying to kill you. So, I mean, maybe a lot of traumatized, I don't know, a lot of soul survivors out there. You must say like, listen, you've done other good missions. This combination is good. Not just only.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
They came out of nowhere! We need... just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold.
My question when I see this is,
Tell Alenko and Jenkins
why
you're going in.
don't you call up the entire fleet? Like, you see the big ship out there, right? You see how massive that thing is. Of course, going under the radar, but couldn't you send a message?
18 stealth systems.
Hey, Citadel Space, this is going on. Yeah, no, everything. We'll just let our Spectre and a few guys in there. That should do the trick.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander.
This sounds like a really stupid idea.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
No, thanks, Captain.
Niles, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Niles will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
Well, you can go
Got us
elsewhere.
back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
This place got hot, Commander.
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless. Oh God, what happened here?
Alright, so I like it that you can just walk around and try your weapon, like this. But really, this raises a lot of questions, like, what am I doing here exactly? I'm a new player, let's make an I'm a new player. What am I doing here? Oh, a weapon upgrade, okay. What is this supposed to do then? That was a bit of the problem I had with Mass Effect 1, it's that you're having to... Well, it's too much area for not doing enough. Especially in the beginning. When I first played the game, I got lost over there and I had no idea where I was going. And after a while I just had to figure out, oh, this was the direction I needed to go. It's been a long time since I played the game. What am I even doing here? I was walking just fine. Why am I stopping? Oh well, Leroy Jenkins, you go do it, Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins. Alright, you die. Alright, so here we learn how to use upgrades. More. I'm a nice guy. Let's go for that one. I really liked how they upgraded this in Mass Effect 2, that you didn't need a skill for Charm and Intimidate, it just came along with your scores. Made it a bit easier.
Rip right through his shields. Not a chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
Got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.